So yeah, got me the Jager, and yeah, isn't she beautiful? Look at that steampunk design. I love it. Absolutely fantastic, isn't it? Yeah, I'm a big fat whale. Sunk probably 20,000 doubloons into it, but I had to have it after the Benham incident. Earlier in my Warships career, I missed out on the Benham, and I was absolutely gutted about that. But you know, I suppose good things come to those who wait, and I would describe the Jager as the Jager bomb. Really, it's like an overpowered kamikaze R, if you like, or a kamikaze or Fujin. Same stealth, 5.4 kilometres at tier 9's not bad, is it? You know, it's really good. And the torp reload is insane. The torps don't do a huge amount of damage, as you're probably aware, but you do get 12 of them, and they do 12 kilometres at 95 knots. And they reload in 65 seconds. And of course, if you put Jersey Swirsky on it, yeah, and you hit 8 torpedoes or 16, you get a better reload. In fact, in a couple of the games that I've played in this thing so far, I've managed to hit 19, 20 torpedoes, I guess, in the 6 or 7 games that I've played. And the reload comes down to about, I think it's about 53 or 54 seconds. So that's pretty impressive, isn't it? My advice with this ship is to go full torpedo build. Okay. So yeah, 65-second reload on the fish, 12 kilometres doing 95 knots. And a detectability range of 1.8 kilometres. So if you're on target, ships aren't going to avoid them. They're only doing a maximum damage of 7,533, however. But if you get a few floodings, you know, you're gonna cause chaos, and you've got to reload every minute, right? And in some instances, I've found it quite difficult actually to get the torpedoes off after the reload, because there just hasn't been any, you know, available targets around really to shoot at. So there is that. Downsides of this ship, I guess, the speed. Maximum speed's 38.9 kilometres, and with a speed boost, which isn't particularly good, it just goes slightly over 40 kilometres, 41 kilometres maybe. Turning circle's big. It's a bit of a brick, to be honest. Bit of a brick. Rudder shift's not good. 3.7 seconds isn't great for a DD. Survivability, again, middle of the road really. Artillery, you've only got 350mm guns. Only use them if you want to finish off a low health target, is my advice. Don't get involved, you don't need to. Typical DD armour, 6mm to 20mm. What else can we talk about? Depth charges are insane. So if you find a sub and drop depth charges on its head, they do 5,100 damage each, right? If you get a solid hit, you get 2 charges and 6 bombs in a charge, which is pretty low, but you know, if it's already been damaged, that sub's going to feel that, if you can see it, of course. Yeah, so there is that. A defense, well, yeah, A doesn't work anyway, but on this boat it's even worse. It's a World War One era ship, isn't it? So, nah, turn it off. There's no point in using it. Concealment is absolutely spectacular at tier 9. And only the Kagero and the Asashio can equally spot it, really. You know, so detection's amazing on this boat. Speed is a downside for sure. But after that, I don't really see a downside. Unless you get up tiered, I suppose, you know, to tier 11. But I've done reasonably well at tier 10 in this thing. So there is that too. Anyway, I think it's time we move on to a little bit of gameplay. So in this example, there's an FDG AFK in the enemy cap. So I send 12 fish at it. And you'll see the results of that shortly. Yeah. It's quite a fun strike, is this one. There's a Shimikaze on the loose in front of us. And we're racing towards the enemy cap. However, what we don't know at this point is that the enemy are racing towards our cap as well. So Shimikaze comes into view. I'll shoot it. And the fish are about to impact the Frederick de Grosser. Yeah, that went quite well. 12 fish. Yeah. Here we see a hapless Thunderer. He's reversing off an island that he just drove into. And hopefully I'm going to finish him off. Fish are looking nice, right? It's only on low health. And as you can see, I got him, but it took three torps to get him there. So, yeah, these fish really don't do a lot of damage at all, do they? And here we see a reversing Seaton. Yeah, 10 kilometres away or so. Send the fish. I mean, the fish on this thing are always off cooldown. And yeah, it's quite overpowered in that respect. There's nothing at tier 9 apart from the Benham that can put out the amount of fish that this thing can. But these go at 95 knots. The Benham's fish aren't quite so fast, are they? Absolutely fantastic for taking down low health targets. At decent range as well, you know. Which brings us on to the first game that I played in this boat. Yeah, it's really nice matchmaking, isn't it? And I've often found that, you know, the first game that you play in a ship is really good matchmaking, and then after that, you know, you get up tiered all the time, pretty much, especially in a tier 9 ship, right? So, yeah, we're getting over to the Charlie Cap. I'm here together with SGR, sending some random fish out. And we'll see what we can do here. The Grom looks as though he might take some there, right? He's had to smoke up. His detection is horrific, isn't it? He's sent some fish in. SJR sent his fish as well, which is lovely. I sent mine, but no joy. And yeah, got forced out of the cap there. So, not ideal. But easy to reverse back in, right? And I'll try and turn a little bit, but spotted by radar. I'll get some fish out on the North Cal. Baltimore's keen. He's very keen. He's showing himself around the side of the island. He's absolutely desperate to kill us. Well, he just clicked me there, which is alright. Crom's on super low health. He got a fish from SGR earlier. He's gone down, which is super. Seattle here. Unfortunately, I can't help him with smoke. The other huge downside of Jager is it doesn't get any smokes, of course. A couple of fish into the North Carolina though. But you know, European destroyers, you don't need smoke, do you? I don't think you do. I think smoke is a support skill, isn't it? If you've got a Des Moines to look after in your division, or you know, radar cruiser, another fish in the North Cal there. It's absolutely essential in my view if you're playing in a div. But apart from that, if you're a couple of DDs playing together, what do you need smoke for in one of those boats? You don't, do you? Couple of hawks coming around the side. We're going to get this cap. Their only DD of this side's been taken out. My friend has got eyes on that Baltimore. And this is glorious, actually. SGR's fish on the Baltimore here. Just check this out. It's absolutely fantastic. Look at that. That's a thing of beauty right there. Oh yeah. Yeah. Might get a couple of fish on the hawk. We'll see about that. And I'm just trying to send out these fish on cooldown. Which, like I said, it's quite difficult to do sometimes because by the time the enemy have been hit by a couple of torpedoes, they're generally running away. They don't want to get hit by any more, do they? So now I'm going to travel over towards the Bravo cap and see if we can do something over there. So the Vallejo's pushing in and managed to clip him with a torpedo as well. I mean the torps are off reload all the time, aren't they? So, and I've got nothing to send them out here. Detected, and I didn't spot the Z44. Mistake by me there, absolutely. Should have been a little bit more aware of the left hand side. And I'm not going to shoot this guy, but I'll send some fish and I'll turn away. I'm going to rely on the stealth. He's firing AP, so he's not going to do a huge amount of damage to the stern. And I think my teammates have got something to say about him shooting at me. He's quite tunnel vision there, isn't he? SGR turns up and gives him the good news with the Hydra. I'm on fire, I've lost quite a lot of health. And the fish are coming in. But thanks to SGR's hydroacoustic search, they're easy to spot, aren't they? Time to do a bit of healing. And I'm pushing this lot a little bit. But unfortunately, this is where the Jager's speed becomes a little bit of a downside. It'd be nice to reposition a little bit more quickly, but I suppose it's got to have a downside, hasn't it? Because there is no other downside to the ship. No other downside at all. The fish are on cooldown all the time. It's got its own built-in torque reload booster, hasn't it? You know, every send's a torque reload boost. If you spread your sends out, you're pretty much always about, 20 seconds away from some more fish. Hawk slowed down. Of course he's slowed down. Why wouldn't you slow down in the middle of the map? Managed to clip the DD and that Z went down, and we've taken out the U-190 as well, so that's great. There are more fish on the way to the Hawk. So hopefully we can take the Bravo cap now. Should be alright. And these battleships don't want anything to do with us, do they? They have no intention of pushing in. They're all either maximum broadside or running away. Looks as though the King George is pushing in there. Yeah, he is. So I'll try and send some fish on him. Could have sent on the Hawk there as well, but I decide to concentrate and focus on the King George a little bit. Slowing down, playing with the speed. They're trying to be a little bit tricky, aren't they? And you can't blame them, because they've been hit by a few fish so far. So yeah, just timing the spreads. Takes a couple there. Top tube reload time's reduced. It's turning away, of course. But that third set's going to clip him, and he's flooding. And the fourth set's going to kill him, which is absolutely fine. SJR's fish there, unfortunately didn't reach him, which is not surprising, The Jager's fish are doing nearly 100 knots, aren't they? It's ridiculous, really. And a lot of fun. If you're a top DD player, you've got to get this shit, man. You've got to get it. It's such a fun shit to play. Is the other Hawk going to take some? We'll see about that. He might run out of range. It's been difficult to catch up with these guys, but this is one of the only torque boats that I've known can actually deal damage fairly consistently on battleships that are running away. So yeah, we're nearly just on the cusp of 100,000 damage. Couple of kills. North Carolina's turning in. Maybe we can hit him with a couple. Not sure what he's going to do yet. Is he turning back out? Probably. Yeah, I'll just hang on to the last couple. And they're out again. I mean, there's no denying that this thing's torpedoes reload way faster than anything else at high tier. It's absolutely insane, isn't it? Yeah, he's going to go down, isn't he? Low health, but, you know, that's a kill. And really, these battleships have got no chance whatsoever. Tier 8 battleships against this thing. No chance. Absolutely no chance. And you can do consistent damage at range. They're not going to get away from it. So yeah, 105,000 damage there. First game. So that was good. So this next game, we're on loop. And yeah, it's a little bit more tricky. So I'm in Bravo Cap on loop, attacking from the north. I've got a bunch of friendly ships behind me in Bravo Cap. I'm just sending some fish into the smoke screen. And yeah. Now, that's not good, is it? That's going to hurt. Which was completely my bad, of course, because I should have been stern on to that. I was too keen to get the fish off. And of course I paid the ultimate price, which was to lose the majority of my hit points there. I suppose there's one good thing about this situation. Adrenaline rush works quite well when you're low health. So the torque reload's quite good. In fact, we'll have to have a look at that as we go through the game. So obviously I want to get this cap circle. We've got control of Charlie Cap, which is fine. But our ships are not keen to actually do anything at all. They're all blobbed up behind me. Go for a drop on Edinburgh. Got the cap. And, oh, he smoked up. Okay. I'll send another set just front of his smoke screen, and hopefully we can get some joy. Yeah, it's a radar ship. I think it's a Belfast, or Belfast 43 in this game. Yoko's going to take a shot at me. And you know what, I would too if I'd have seen me on low health like that, and he nearly killed me. But thankfully, we've got a pretty decent heal. So I'll be able to heal some of that damage back. And we've got a... oh! Alright, I'll take that. Got the Edinburgh. Chung Moo's close, isn't he? 5.5 kilometres. Spotted him, and I managed to stay undetected, so... yeah. Fish out. We've got a little bit of a problem though with this Tirpitz flanking around like this. Our cruisers are not keen to move into helpful positions, I don't think. Although they are spacing out a little bit more now, which is good, better. But at the start of the game, oh, that was, yeah, got a fish onto the Tirpitz, bit of a flood. Damage con that. I don't really want to come into contact with the Chung Moo. For obvious reasons, he'll kill me. So it's all about playing the stealth game now. and taking advantage of situations as they arise, right? Need a couple of more torpits to activate Jersey Swirsky's reload buff. Yeah, Chung Lu's still about. I'll turn away from him. Well, at least I'm spotting him. Fortunately, okay. Somebody hit him quite hard though, which is good. The York's shooting him too, which is fine. That might put him off a little bit. Yeah, I don't manage to land anything on the turpits. He's absolutely bow on to me. Bit unfortunate. So the enemy have also got a heavy concentration of ships right in the middle of the map. They're currently taking Bravo Cap. So my plan here is if we can actually get rid of this turpits, I could maybe back cap, alpha cap, and get round the back of this lot. Still got plenty of time. Just over 10 minutes to go. And hopefully this time we'll get a bit of joy with the fish. There we go. That's alright. And the torpedo tube reload time is reduced as a result, which is good. Can we get a final fish into this guy? Take him out. We can. And we get our brothers in arms there. Unfortunately, SJR has gone down. So yeah, he'll rejoin me when I'm getting into towards the alpha cap. So yeah, fish out on the Veneto there. He's starting to turn in a little bit. Yeah, he's turning in. And I've got a Belfast 43. Get one hit into the Veneto, which is alright. Better than none, right? That caused a flood, so he's damage con that. And the Belfast. Good opportunity to strike in. But just as I send the fish, of course he slows down. And he's smoked up, so I'll send one right at him. And another one, just in front. Obviously he could reverse out of that. But he hasn't got much time to do that. And those fish are quick. The York's done very well to stay alive up until now. He's played well. Playing a nice kiting game there. But unfortunately the York has now gone down to the Veneto. And managed to kill the Belfast. Which is, that'll do, you know, that's fine. I'll take it. And now we can get into the alpha cap. Hopefully take that. Lazo. Lazo. Okay. So he's travelling towards me, so even at 13 kilometres there I could get a bead on him and send some fish out. Again, he's slowing. So spread the love. Take a few directions there. And Megami's just gone down as well, so it's a close one this. It's quite tense at this point. We've lost all the caps as well, which is not great. Good thing is, I only need to clip the Lazo with one fish to to take him out of the game, hopefully, and send him back to port. So we'll have a look at that strike. Yeah, that's looking fine. That will do. And we've got the Alpha Cap. So now I need to get into the Bravo Cap and help Arturigo. The Veneto is running back towards Charlie Cap. Don't know where the Chung Mu is though, do we? So yeah, we need to take out both of these ships to ensure a win. And I'm gonna do the best I can here to take one of them out, or both of them out. Okay, so we know that the DD's in Bravo Cap. So I'm going to send some random fish out. Veneto turned back in as well, so could be a chance that one of these sets might catch him. Ah, here's a Chung Mu. He instantly repositions and opens fire on me, which is the correct thing to do. I'm in Turigo's smoke screen. I'm going to charge out of that and start engaging him. Also use the heal. Both me and the Turigo hit him and I took him out. And that's a Kraken. And that's fine. Happy with that. So we managed to get one of the enemy ships out of the way. And I must say, over the 9 or 10 games that I've played in this little boat so far, I really enjoy it. It's a real fun little ship. So if you manage to get it, go full torque, reload and speed. Don't bother with the guns, you only get 3 of them anyway. And I mean, I suppose you could go down that route. You could even boost the speed a little bit with Swift in Silence, of course, which would be a pretty decent skill, I think, for this boat. I will add, though, that in both of the games that I've shown you, there hasn't been any aircraft carriers involved. And, you know, they always suck the fun out of the game anyway, don't they? With the constant spotting. But even with an aircraft carrier, if you can manage to stay concealed, you're gonna be fine in this little thing. So I've told the Amagi to ram the Veneto. It'd be nice to have a win on top of the Kraken, wouldn't it? So, and it looks as though he's gonna take him out, which is great. Go on, Amagi. Yes. So yeah, that was a nice game. And enjoyable to play. Seat of the pants stuff. Yeah. 5 kills. Just over 2000 XP. And yeah, I got the Edinburgh Tirpitz, Belfast Chung Mu, Lazo, bit of damage in Veneto, and yeah, earned a few credits. Yeah, those red credit boosters are quite nice, aren't they? And as always, guys, thanks ever so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you again soon. Alright, bye bye.